to get yourself into a hazmat suit, Agent.
Warning. Immune response detected. Infection imminent. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Yes, you do the same. At least with a car. Some kind of insulation.
Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. You are now entering a safe area. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Warning. Infection detected. Agent body temperature is now hypothermic. Core body temperature drop. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Core temperature is dipped below optimal levels.
Hey, hey. How are you doing? Did the weekend start for you?
Core body temperature is now below what is required for normal metabolic function. Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased.
As Phil knows, as you know, which sucks, because I saw some shit go down last night that I don't know about. Those psychological
Alert. Infection progress halted. Core body temperature drop.
Yeah, Toxifrost. This is the survival mode.
Core temperature is dipped below optimal levels. Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. Vital signs indicate probable infection.
Why didn't get far in the Division 1? You didn't like it, or?
Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
Oh yeah, bosses are kind of like hard, especially if you are new
Alert. Infection
and you don't
temporarily
know
stabilized.
how to set up a build, and also depending on the players that
Detecting
you
lowering
are
of core
playing
body
with.
temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased.
Oh yeah, Division 2 came out strong, but kind of like lost. Was lost in, let's say, in the details. Way too much PvE content, so I think that for most players it wasn't like, there was a lot of missions in the game, and there's no real game modes. You have like a lot of builds, but you can only try them in missions and probably the raid, but there were only 2 raids, so I think that's kind of like lost it. I was sick. I was expecting more from the developers on Division 2, especially with the experience that they have from 1, but they didn't manage to pull it off. So I understood that for the Division 3 we might get the previous person that worked on Division 1 to work on Division 3.
Core temperature detected.
Civilians are advised that snow may be used as a source of hydration, but must be melted first in order to avoid hypothermia.
Who knows? We'll see. There are a lot of players waiting
Warning.
for a
Immune response
survival
detected.
or something
Infection
similar
imminent.
to survival that we have right now
Core
in
body
Division 1.
temperature drop.
But I don't think so.
Infection progress halted.
Yeah, I think that the PvE content should be moderated, because it's important to have, let's say, things that occupy the players, right? Missions, you can redo the missions, but they're not that complex in my opinion. I think that you can, with a good build, not a perfect build, but a good build, and some good teammates, you can finish the PvE content quite fast. And I don't think that's something that players want. And the raid, yeah, it's a challenge, especially that if you want those specific weapons or gear, kind of like need to farm the raid. In my opinion, the raid was probably the only thing good from Division 2.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable infection.
The PvP aspect of it was kind of like boring. We only got the 4-on-4 and the dark zones, which in reality that didn't make it quite good in my opinion. It lacked diversity. They should have added something like crazy. Oh, you're part of a group. Yeah, for the raids you kinda like need to have a specific group. I remember when I started doing the raid for Division 2, it took me like a while to find like a, let's say, a good party so I can finish, but oops, one got out. Yeah, I mean the group is kind of like important
Body temperature dropping below normal levels.
if you don't want to play with randoms, but I think that even with the randoms, after a while the raids was kind of like easy because everybody understood what they need to do.
Civilians must remain indoors.
Attention,
Martial law
temporarily
and
stabilized.
mandatory curfew remain in effect.
Yeah, my experience was okay. Like the raids were okay in the, but I think that we should have gotten more raids instead of missions. I don't know, waiting for Division 3, maybe Arc Raiders. They look like a good extraction looter shooter. It was promising. I don't know. And regarding the survival, like I said, I'll probably do the survival runs until the server closes down, or we get a better, or either we get a better survival in Division 3, or yeah, I'm going to do survival until the server finishes. In general, I want to try
Immune
as
response
many
detected.
survival
Infection imminent.
games or extraction looter shooters. That was kind of like my jam. Holy crap. Yeah, pretty much, because I maybe someday they'll probably close the servers. And I've been
Alert.
playing a lot of
Infection address halted.
survival or extraction looter shooters before the Division 1, but there weren't that many. So I kind of like played like more stealth. Yeah, I had a lot of medkits, so it wasn't like a problem. So before that, I think I played survival games, extraction shooters. Hey, hello. And I think that I played also stealth games. I'm still waiting to see more information about Project PH. There is another game, I think it's developed in Korea, and looks awesome. And also another one, Project S. I think they're probably both from the same company. But these two are on my radar, besides Arc Raiders. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, more backed up? Seems so. Let's go at the bottom of the map. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the map. Oh, cool. Wait.
Core temperature is still below optimal levels.
Let's see. I want to go at the bottom of the map right here and then kind of like straight up alongside. So we'll be on this area.
Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased.
Oh, wait, what? Oh.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable infection. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized. Drop in core temperature detected. Core body temperature dropping.
Say your prayer.
Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Warning. Infection detected. Alert. Infection progress halted.
Attention. Civilians are advised that traveling in the storm should be avoided unless absolutely necessary.
Holy.
What are y'all scared of over there?
Warning. Immune response detected. Infection imminent. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Can't hide.
Holy crap.
I'm gonna search the area. What, y'all think I can't find you?
Hey, Macabre.
I'll find you sooner or later.
Wow, this damage buff is so cheap. On the PS5? Why? There's something different? I mean, I played with the controller in the past. Did like 2 runs, something like that. Oh yeah, it's bad. I played with a controller before on PC. For me personally, playing with a controller on PlayStation, it's yeah, I would say even here our players, depending on what hour and what day it is. During the weekend you'll find more, and also depending on the hour. But I heard a lot of, they say, inconveniences on the PlayStation when it comes to players playing survival. There are not so many. I mean, not even on PC, but I think there's probably a little bit more players on PC than PS5. I don't know. Let's go to the middle entrance. Probably get more good loot.
infection. Alert. Infection progress halted.
Holy. Probably do the shaders maybe, but I don't think that it's like a big difference. I saw the Division 2 also on the PS5
Warning. Immune response detected.
and
Infection
on my
imminent.
PC as well, and there's small differences in my opinion when it comes to graphics.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized. I mean, Division 2 can have its comeback. They need to try something that it's a little bit, let's say, crazy-ish. Like I had this idea from the beginning with when they said about the dark zones, is that to have like a game mode where you enter the dark zones, and instead of having like the regular NPCs or the Black Tusk, you should have like hunters all over the place. So instead of, you know, going to the landmark, instead of having like regular NPCs, you should have like hunters everywhere. That would be a little bit challenging, because right now the dark zone is kind of like dead. There are only players that they just want to shoot each other, or some people that are farming for specific loot. But it will be much interesting if they have like one of the areas, because they have like 3 areas,
Drop in core temperature detected.
and it will be fun to actually have like all hunters, you know, and everybody kind of like pile up and goes into the dark zone, and obviously the loot will be higher, but the risk is high as well because there are only hunters there, so they can do that easily instead of, you know, having like the black task, switch it, or have like a different server with the options to enter the dark zone when hunters are there, or rogue agents, something, one of those two, either hunters or rogue agents will be filled, the dark zone will be filled with these NPCs. That would be awesome.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable infection.
Civilians are advised to shelter in place until conditions
Alert. Infection progress halted. Warning. Immune response detected. Infection imminent. Antiviral cache tagged and mapped in dark zone. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
No, I think that they can do they can still do actually something right now to actually change. Yeah, I'm agreeing that Division 3 is probably going to be the best solution. Holy crap. So, as I was saying, yeah, they can do the best optimal ways to do a Division 3,
Warning. Vital signs indicate
but
probable infection.
even now they can still make Division 2
Alert.
better,
Infection progress halted.
because the one thing that it's actually missing from the Division is that they don't have like game modes where they can combine new players with all, let's say, professional or hardcore players. Yeah, I'm agreeing with this. Division 3 should be the best outcome, but we don't know when this game is going to be out. Like they said, working on it. Probably they switch a lot of resources from Assassin's Creed, because they just released that. I mean, they released that in the beginning of the year, but they have like more resources now. Maybe we can get like a Division 3 somewhere
Infection imminent.
end of next year, something like that.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Probably depending on how the situation is, but I don't think that we'll be able to see Division 3 next year. And yeah, they need to kind of like learn what they did good for the Division 2 and 1 and not really do the same mistakes again, because I think that the Division 1 had some mistakes, but they were like fewer compared to the Division 2. And yeah, we'll see.
It's time to finish. We own this place. I got this.
I mean, there is some information. There was, I think it was like a press release or something like that, where they mentioned that a while back that they started to work on the Division 3, and the old person who worked on Division 1 is going to work on Division 3 as well. So that will be an improvement, hopefully. Depending on what they want to do with it, because I think the Division Heartland was kind of like a fail from their point of view, not ours, because we didn't manage to get a glimpse on the Division Heartland. And yeah, I don't know. It's tough right now to kind of like say like if Division 3 is going to be good or bad, or if they're going to have like elements that people will like to enjoy. I think that the Dark Zone needs to have like a redo over. So I think that we already got the idea from 1 and 2, and we need something a little bit challenging. Something different.
Ready as I
Yeah, for me it's not about the hope, it's about the understanding of... Whoops, I forgot to take the
Warning. Vital
antiviral.
signs indicate probable
Um,
infection.
It's not so much about the hope, it's more about if they
Alert.
understand
Infection progress halted.
what made people leave. Or not leave, but... I mean, yeah, leave Division 2. Because there's slightly less people than it was like, let's say, a year and a half. I think there were like more players then. And they need to learn about... whoops! They need to learn about the stuff that made the game not unplayable, because I'm not going to say things about, you know, kind of like bugs or something like that. But in
Antiviral
general,
cache secured.
the game lost because they focused so much on the story, and they kind of like lost with it on the Division 2. I think the Division 1 was more into kind of like exploring with stuff, and that's why they added more game modes in the Division 1 and 2. But I think that Division 2 had it was promising if it had like the same approach as the Division 1, with more game modes, right? More stuff that people will enjoy to do, you know. Because I think that replaying the missions at some point will get old. And yeah, even the legendary missions. I mean, there's still some people who are trying to finish legendary missions, but for the professional players, I think that they finished early on, and there was like no content to enjoy. And I think that's why kind of like somehow ended Division 2. Obviously there is, like I said, bugs that kind of like make the game put in a bad light, but in general was more about the core mechanics and yeah, the game modes. I think that's probably what slightly killed, let's say, Division 2. But who knows? We'll see on the future how it's going to look like.
Flare gun required for extraction is now detected.
Yes, because they already mentioned that
Warning. Infection detected.
they will not have game modes from the Division 1 and 2, but they can actually create like a different mechanic, so you can create like a survival, but not like survival like it is right now. And I think that they can do it because they have like a big city and they can kind of like go with it, kind of like the same, because that's the problem. You have like a big city, but most of the players are kind of like fast traveling, so they're not going to see, how can I say, they're not going to see and enjoy the city. And I think that the game was something similar to a survival will make it more appealing. And you know, instead of having like the fog that we have right now in Division 1, especially in the beginning, at the let's say at the edge of the map, not inside the dark zone, there is like this fog. You can create like a sandstorm, you know, and kind of like people need to find also resources, weapons, stuff like that. They can actually pull it off, but I don't think that they will focus on it. I think right now it's just kind of like getting like a DLC out, having some content for the players, and then working on Division 3. That's why I don't think that they can actually make it happen. I don't think that the Division 2 is the target anymore for them.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Where should we extract from? Let's go in the middle. Yeah, have a good one. Have a nice weekend.
Warning. Vital signs indicate probable infection. Alert. Infection progress halted.
Incoming for evacuation. Stat.
Hostile in proximity. Warning. Immune response detected. Infection imminent.
Holy crap. Oh.
Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Seconds to go.
Yep, so that was for this run. Thank you guys for joining in. I will see you on Monday again, probably the same hour as today. And yeah, have an excellent weekend.
30 seconds.
And I will see you on Monday.
Seconds. We'll be landing stat. Seconds to liftoff.